All right, everyone, let's go. It is March 10th, and that means the chemistry exam is tomorrow. Yep, the clock is ticking big time. But listen, pressure, that just means there's a huge opportunity right in front of us. This is where we take all that hard work and turn it into an amazing performance. I can pretty much guess what's going through your head right now, right? It's that mix of nerves, maybe a little bit of excitement, and a whole lot of, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? Look, don't worry. That's totally normal. In fact, that feeling, it means you're ready. We're going to channel all that energy into absolutely crushing it tomorrow. Okay, so let's get laser focused. This is not a last-minute panic session. Nope. This is a strategic 24-hour attack plan. It's designed for one thing, to get you over that 95% mark, maybe even to that perfect centum. We've got a plan, and it starts right now.
All right, step one, you can't win a battle without knowing the battlefield, right? For us, the battlefield is that exam paper. We need to understand its structure inside and out. Knowing the pattern is literally half the battle, because it lets you plan your time and your attack. So, here's the breakdown. It's pretty simple, but super important. You've got two parts. Section A is your compulsory section. 40 marks, no choice. You've got to answer everything. It's all about your core concepts. Then comes Section B. This is where you get to be strategic. It's also 40 marks, but you only have to attempt 4 out of 6 questions. Making the right choices here, that's a game changer for your final score. Okay, with less than 24 hours left, we can't give every single chapter the same amount of attention. That's just not smart. So it's time for triage. We're going to be ruthless and focus only on the high-yield chapters, the ones that give you the most bang for your buck, the biggest return for your time. So how do we do that? We use what I call heat zones. And your first priority, your main mission for today, is the red zone. Think of these as the boss levels. They're the chapters with the heaviest weightage, the ones that show up again and again. If you want that 95 plus, mastering the red zone is absolutely non-negotiable. And here it is. This is your roadmap for the entire day. We start with the red zone. I'm talking organic chemistry, analytical chemistry, electrolysis, and yep, the mole concept. These are the heavyweights. Once you've tackled them, you move on to the yellow zone. Think periodic table, metallurgy, ammonia. And then finally, the green zone chapters are for a quick once-over when you're done with the big stuff. Got it? That's the plan. Okay, you ready to get even smarter? We're going to do something most students don't. We're going to look at the official examiner reports. This is basically a cheat sheet that tells us exactly where students messed up and lost marks in the past. We're going to learn from their mistakes so you don't make them. It's like getting secret intel from the other side. Okay, listen up, because this one is huge. Trap number 1 is incomplete equations. The examiners are not kidding about this. You could write the most beautiful, balanced equation in the world, but if you forget to write the conditions, the temperature, the catalyst, anything above that arrow, you will get 0 marks for it. It's such a simple thing to miss and an even simpler thing to remember. Next up are the word traps. You know, those annoying little differences in words that can cost you marks? Examiners see it all the time. People mix up isomer, which is the compound itself, and isomerism, which is the idea or the phenomenon. Same thing with drying agent and dehydrating agent. They sound similar, but they're totally different. Nail these definitions down. These are easy points you just can't afford to give away. And then there's the mole concept. Yes, there's a reason it's in the red zone. The examiners see the same mistakes over and over. People do all the hard work and then forget to divide by the smallest mole to find the ratio, or they forget that last step of multiplying the empirical formula by n to get the molecular formula. So what's the lesson here? Every single time you do a numerical, you have to double-check your steps. Every single time. Seriously, look at this. This is a direct quote from an examiner. They are literally telling you what to do. When the question asks for your observations, please do not just write chlorine gas. No, you have to describe what you see. A pungent greenish-yellow gas was evolved. A dirty green precipitate was formed, which is insoluble. You see? The details are where the marks are. All right, so we know what to study, and we know what traps to avoid. Now let's talk about how to study. I'm going to give you some WisePlex pro tips, our secret weapons, to help you execute this whole plan like a total pro. This will make your revision way faster and way more effective. When you see a mole concept problem, I want you to run it through this 3-step filter. It's foolproof. First, balance the equation. Always, always, always. No exceptions. Second, convert everything they give you, grams, liters, whatever, into moles. Moles are like the universal currency in chemistry. And third, use the ratio from your now balanced equation to solve for the answer. I'm telling you,
This simple process will eliminate like 90% of the silly mistakes people make.
Now for analytical chemistry. This table right here, this is your new best friend. Seriously. Instead of trying to cram hundreds of individual reactions, just focus on the colors of the precipitates. See blue? Think copper. Green? Iron 2. Reddish brown? That's iron 3. White is usually one of the tricky ones, lead, zinc, or aluminum. Just knowing this color code will save you a ridiculous amount of time and stress in the exam.
Remember that first trap about incomplete equations? Here's how you beat it for good. Create an equation bank. Get a notebook and write down your key equations, but do it in an organized way, maybe by chapter or by the type of reaction. And here's the magic trick. Use a bright red pen or a highlighter or whatever you have to write the conditions. Make them pop off the page. That way, when you're revising, you literally can't miss them.
Okay, we've got the what not to do, and the how. We have the knowledge, the strategy, the pro tips. So let's put it all together. It's time to lay out the final game plan, your schedule for the next 24 hours. This is your roadmap to success. This is it, your final march. From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. today, your entire world is the red zone. Nothing else matters. Take a break, then from 4 to 7 p.m., you're conquering the yellow zone and, this is important, solving at least one past paper. Time yourself. Then tonight from 8 to 10, it's a quick review of the green zone and a final look at that beautiful equation bank you made. And tomorrow morning, no new studying. Just a calm look at your mistake notebook and the color table. Stick to this and you will walk in there feeling totally prepared. And that's it. You're ready. You have a solid plan. You know what to do step by step. For any last-minute notes, super important questions, all that good stuff, make sure you're on the WisePlex Telegram. The link is right down there in the description. Hey, trust all the work you've put in, stay calm, walk into that exam hall tomorrow with confidence, knowing you have an entire strategy behind you. You've got this. Now go ace that exam. Good luck.